is a simple praise and worship song called Hear Us From Heaven. It's in the key of C major, and I'm going to go ahead and sing through it for you before I break down the chords. Back into the verse. Lord, hear our cry, so on and so forth. And then the bridge goes, hear us from heaven, hear us from heaven, hear us from heaven, hear us from same chords over and over. So the chords for the verse, the verses of the song, starts out C major over E, which is C, G in the right hand, C, E, G, and E in the left hand. Lord, hear our cry. The chord they use is a G suspended, but I add the ninth in there when I play it. So it's C over E, F major, which is F, A, C, and then G suspended or G add 9, whichever one. Or you could just play a G major chord if you don't feel like doing anything fancy with it. Second line is, come heal our land. And for the F, this is C over E, and then I go to F. It's just easier to go from this chord to that chord. Instead of playing F, A, C, I take the C, put it down the bottom, invert it. It's the same chord, but it's inverted down. It's easier to go from C to F. And then G add 9 for me, or G suspended. So it goes, Lord, hear our cry. Come heal our land. And then breathe, it's the same thing. Breathe life into, now it changes these. It goes to A minor, A, C, E. So again, breathe life into these, dry and thirsty. G, souls, starts over C over E, F, and then G. So that whole first part again. Lord, hear our cry. Come heal our land. Whichever one you you want to play. Breathe life into these dry and thirsty souls. F and G. And then second verse, or second part of the verse. Lord, hear our prayer. Forgive our sins. It's just these three chords basically over and over again. As we call on your name. Back to the A minor. Would you make this a place, C, for your glory, F, to dwell, G. Now look for the chorus. As you're holding on to G, open the blind eyes, and it goes to C. It's C major chord, C, E, G. Unlock the deaf ears, which is a G major chord, over B in the bass. Come to your people, A minor, A, C, E, as we draw near, F, F, A, C. And back to hear us from heaven, C again. Touch our generation, G over B. We are your people, A minor again. Crying out in desperation, F. And that's pretty much it. And then the bridge is C, hear us from heaven. It's C, hear us from heaven. G over B, hear us from heaven. A minor, and then to F. So it's hear us from heaven, hear us from heaven, hear us from heaven. To F. From heaven. There's a chord that I put in here though. Right after the A minor. Heaven. I just walk down the G and then go to the F for that part. Hear us from if you want to do that I just added in after I did the G over the B, I did this diminished chord, which is A flat fully diminished 7, A flat diminished 7, and it goes right to the A minor. So I did hear us from heaven, hear us from heaven, hear us from and then add in the G and then the F. So you can do that there if you want to add something to it. And that's pretty much it. Hear us from heaven in the key of C.